This is Dara at Stamp with Dara, and today I'm going to show you how to make this takeout box using the Happy Halloween label here, and it's featured in the Witch's Night stamp set. We're going to be using this little bat stamp, and we're going to use it as a background, and we're also going to be using this Happy Halloween label. First thing we're going to do is get one of these takeout boxes. These come in a package of 6. They come pre-cut and pre-scored for us, so it takes out a lot of the guesswork. To get started, we're just going to take that bat stamp, and we're using the Tuxedo black Memento pad. And we're just going to randomly stamp this bat background on here. When we get to this last piece where the slot is, we're going to actually stamp the bats upside down on this section so that they're all facing the same way when it's completely assembled. Okay, and then once we've stamped that background completely, we're just going to fold on all of the score lines. Okay, now when assembling this box, if you'll notice, there are 2 slits here on this side and 2 slits on this side. So you'll want those little shapes here, these triangle piece shapes. We're going to tuck that into the slots like that. And then do the same thing on the other side. You'll place those 2 inside flaps down, and then you'll place the side that has the little notch underneath, and then insert it into that slot. Alright, and then we just locked it in place right here. So we're going to lay the box over to the side for now. We will need a piece of very vanilla cardstock. This is cut 3 1/4 by 5 inches. We're going to use the Happy Halloween label stamp out of the Witch's Night stamp set. I've already put it on the large block. And then we're using Tangelo Twist Ink. And for these large stamps, I like to use the block upside down and to apply the ink the opposite of what you normally would. I feel like it helps ink it up a lot easier. So once we've got it good and inked up, we're just going to stamp it right in the middle of the cardstock. And we're going to apply really hard pressure because this is a big stamp. You might even want to use your stamping mat from like your piercing tool kit. Once we've done that, we're going to get the big shot out. You'll want to use your magnetic platform for this because we're using the stamped images with our framelits. It just makes it easier to keep those framelits in place when it's running through. Place your cutting pad down on that magnetic platform. We're going to put our vanilla cardstock on, and then we're centering the label just over that stamped image. This is the largest label out of the Lots of Labels framelits, and then place that other cutting pad right on top. And then we're going to run it through. Okay, we need a piece of basic black cardstock. This is cut 1 1/2 inches by 6 3/4. And we're going to use the triple banner punch. Just place it inside Once we've punched that first side, we're just going to turn it around and do the same thing to the other side. Next, we're going to take this set of rhinestones and we're going to take 2 of the largest size, and we're just going to place them at the ends of each side of the banner. When I made my sample, I stamped this label punch in the black ink, and then I just punched out a 3/4 inch circle punch to make the 31, as you can see in the sample, this piece. But for this one, I found I had some extra 31s left over from my witch hat that I made from that witching decor kit, and I'm just going to use that instead on this one. So we're going to place a dimension on the back, and then we're just going to place that right over that 31 that's stamped in orange. Then we'll flip that label over and we're going to just add some dimensionals and layer it on top of that banner piece. Once you've done that, we're going to flip it over again. We're going to add some dimensionals to the back of the banner piece, and then we're going to take a spiderweb doily and we're going to place that piece on top like that. Okay, we're going to add a couple of dimensionals to our box, and you'll either want to add this to the top piece or to this bottom flap. That way, if you're not ready to put your gift or candy inside, that way you can still open and close the box. And then we'll just layer that piece on top. Press down, and there we have our takeout box. Now, as you can see, it kind of flips up a little here at the bottom, and that's because there's not dimensionals on this side. So once you have it filled, you will want to add other dimensionals, or you could add them now and just don't take the backing off until you've finished putting what you want to inside.